Craven Choke Puppy sings the Honorable Robert Nesta Marley, OM. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. All you need is a smartphone, a tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. Then you need internet connection, but importantly, internet connectivity. One sure way of testing for that is by opening a browser like Google Chrome, for example. And if you're able to browse successfully, more power to you, you're up and running. And if not, then you're going to need to get some help to resolve that issue. In the meantime, let's continue. We see a call coming through. I think this is from Barbados. 246 is Barbados, I think. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon. Are you in Barbados?
Yes, I am in Barbados.
That's what I figured, yes. What's on your mind?
I call you because during the weeks, months, I read in the articles of financial institution in Jamaica where money has been missing.
Yes.
And I am a concerned caller because I migrate from Jamaica around 5 years ago. And I have around 4 bank accounts in Jamaica. 4 bank accounts in Jamaica. And as time go by, back then, I used to keep track of the account where I do online banking. But for time goes by, I find myself not checking them. So I get to not remembering my password for my online banking, which is Scotiabank and NCB. So I am really concerned, and the question that I would like to ask, is it possible that I could recover my online banking even though I am not in Jamaica? So I could get check up on my account. And I also have a credit union account also where I do not have no form of way I could check online with my credit union. I'm a COK member, and I don't have no way where I could check online. And I can remember I do around 5 years ago, I do some deposit the last time I came in Jamaica. And as time goes by, I don't remember the password and where I never even taken a check and the online banking. But I think back then I used to frequently check. Whenever I ask relative to do deposit for me, I will use to check. But as time goes by, when I don't do any formal deposit, I don't do any checking up. So I would like to find out if I could get to do online banking, even though I am not there.
Right. You perhaps might want to take a trip to Jamaica at some point this year and organize or arrange a visit to these respective financial institutions, and make sure before you leave that you are put in a position where you are able to keep in touch with the financial institution, and where you're able to monitor your money online. That's what I would suggest at this stage.
Okay, Mr. Malcolm. Because I was wondering if, because I am in no position at the moment which I would love to take the trip. But the reason why I call is to find out if it's possible.
Well, there's nothing to stop you from just Googling the respective institution, and you'll see their contact information, and you can call them from Barbados and obviously wherever else in the world you are. And mind you, they would naturally ask some security questions just to ensure, because anybody can pick up the phone and call anybody else anywhere. So you would need to remember certain facts about yourself or your family and your account or accounts. So, and be prepared so that when questions are asked, you are able to respond positively.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest. If you won't be able to make it back to Jamaica anytime soon, then by all means, I beg your pardon, just go online and Google your respective financial institution, and call. They use WhatsApp. Some of these financial institutions now are using WhatsApp, so you can communicate with them via WhatsApp. They also have this thing where once you log on to their website, there's a cartoon character who jumps out or comes up on the screen to say, "Hi, how can I help you today?" or something like that. So the technology abounds. It's just a matter of choosing which one can work best for you.
Okay, Mr. Malcolm.
All
And I
right.
can remember for the credit union, but I know for a fact I did have two online banking, NCB and Scotiabank. But for the credit union, I don't remember, but I don't know if now they offer online.
Yes, man. The credit
banking.
unions are
It's
online.
okay.
They have been online for some time now. They have been doing online banking for some time now.
Okay, Mr. Malcolm. Thank you very much. Enjoy your afternoon.
You're welcome. You too. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You too. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Gentleman calling all the way from Barbados to check up on his money in light of the news he's been receiving out of Jamaica. And why shouldn't he? We all need to check. In fact, if you have to check every hour of the day, in a manner of speaking, if it will help to ease your anxiety, then by all means check to confirm that your account is in good health. because that will give you peace of mind, or it should give you peace of mind. Velta Wilson says the gentleman can get to continue his online banking if he follows the instructions you gave him. My sister-in-law does that. Thanks for sharing, Velta Wilson. And she says he should also in future record his password in a safe place at home. That is correct. Natalie Winter, good afternoon to you on Facebook Live. Audrey Smith is saying no connection. I'm not sure. You're the only one saying that, Audrey Smith. What happened? Unless you're connecting to an expired video. Expired whether within the last few minutes or the last 30 or 40 minutes. I don't know. Let's continue. 876-922-4112-5. So we just got a call from Barbados. Now here comes one from Florida. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
Well, I'm okay for now.
Well, only you can determine what happens after now. As far as what is humanly possible is concerned.
Okay. All right. One quick one. I hear a thing going around that
you're always hearing something going around.
With Usain Bolt.
You just got the news.
No, I think I'm Friday. I was trying to call you, but I mean, I couldn't get you because you have some guests there. That I understand.
Oh, that's when I was on an outside broadcast at KSAMC. Yes.
Okay. My point is he the only one who lost money there? Why him alone name keep featuring in the news?
Well, that's one of the features of the news. It's about people, and whatever the situation people find themselves in, that will be brought to the fore. But even more so, if there are notable individuals connected or one way or another related to that matter, then naturally people are going to run with that particular individual or run with that particular name. It's just the way news is and has been for centuries. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee. Yes, it's me, Earthquake. I come in Tuesday around 10." No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced. And when it comes, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts in this earthquake, make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door. We are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Drop, cover, hold on.
A message from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
The Trust and Corporate Services Providers Act 2017 and the Trust and Corporate Services Providers Regulations 2022 require that individuals and corporate entities be licensed by the Financial Services Commission. Individuals and entities that were providing a corporate or trust service before April 25, 2022 must therefore submit an application to the FSC for their appropriate license on or before April 24, 2023. Relevant stakeholders are encouraged to apply now. Application forms may be obtained from the FSC's website at www.fscjamaica.org.
One dawn, you lose all. Then I know the wicked must fall. I say 1 to 1, you can't get tea. Oh no, and get together.
the great Gong, the Honorable Robert Nesta Marley, OM, reminding us of a Jamaican truism, craven choke puppy. And apparently we have too many of those in Jamaica. It's like a plague. It's like a plague. There's a lot of robbery and thievery and corruption. Everybody wants to get something for nothing. And everybody has to be doing something, putting something under the table. We can't continue like this. We still have a couple of callers holding. Yes, so that's one of the reasons if there's a famous person, that's why some of us try not to. We try to be on our best behavior because the truth is there are those of us who feel obligated to comport ourselves in such a way that we do not embarrass our family. That's a Jamaican thing, that used to be a Jamaican thing. Want nobody bring down shame and disgrace upon the family. Right? Behave yourself. Take it easy. Right? No make them get to you. Because we don't want no shame and disgrace upon the family. Whatever happened to that? Yes, sir. Back with you.
Yeah, so the people that won't take the money when them get arrested, they don't think shame going to come upon them and them family, they don't care.
No, I can't ascribe motives. I have no idea. I'm not in the minds of these individuals. But all we know is what is in the news in terms of what is being alleged and what is likely to flow from those allegations.
But I'm also hearing that there are well-known politicians who get caught in this, but they don't want them out there.
Well, we're not into the business of flying kites because everybody finds a way to manipulate and use different situations to get their to get their to get their story out there, to get their narrative out there. So we're not going to join that band with you. Because that could just be remember, my late mother would say, mouth make for say anything. It turned crossways, so it make for say anything. So we're not too quick to run with the, come here, you hear this? No, we check our sources. So we are also mindful that there are people always looking to capitalize on the situation, one way or another. So we don't want to be a part of that.
All right. So what is the penalty for those people who because I know a lot of people are concerned about when people go into their money without their permissions. What is the penalty for a person doing that?
Well, all of that will come out in court. It becomes a court matter, and whatever the law says about these matters of impropriety, embezzlement, fraud, illicit enrichment, and all of these things. Those are usually tested in court, and the evidence weighed, and then we get an outcome one way or another.
Yeah, but the Prime Minister, even this week, they're talking about how much year people should get for murder and all those things. That I understand, but
well, murder is murder. Don't mix murder with all those things, as you just said a while ago.
No, what I'm saying, the point I'm making, when a man got their life saving and gone with it, it's almost like him killing, because they're going to start life all over again. So you should come down hard upon him too.
Yeah, well, the financial system in Jamaica, as far as we're aware, for the most part, is quite robust. But what we have seen in a couple of situations, and one in one more than the other or others, is one that that is that that if you're not careful, it goes bust. So the regulatory body, in this case the Financial Services Commission, a lot is riding on the shoulders of the Financial Services Commission. What did they know? When did they know it? And what did they do about it? And we're seeing some of that coming out in the wash right now. A lot of questions being raised. Who should have or could have done what? Why wasn't this done? Why has this continued, etc.? A host of questions. But it's really,
they can do it.
Go ahead.
Those regulatory body, all them can do is close down a business, close them down or do something. But them can do in terms of when they go to court, them can make them slap them heavy with some heavy sentence. They don't have that power. You know? So the lawmaker is the one who need to come into play now and make sure that when they go into a man account without his permission, they'll up on 30, 40, and try it again.
Yeah, well, the law already has a place for this kind of crime, because this is not new to Jamaica. We have had this kind of criminality going on for some time. So whether or not you might be arguing that the law is not adequate, when people want to, as we've always said, which is why we coined it, man must be protected from himself. Man can lose it anytime. Man can lose it, whatever it is. Man can lose it anytime. And this is why man must be protected from himself. Left to himself, man is perhaps the most destructive creature on the face of the planet. So we have to have safeguards to protect man from himself. And we have to put in place systems and processes and sanctions that are punitive, and that they will have to think twice before committing these atrocities. But the eye water, my late mother would talk about eye water. People eye water going to depend on some people. Those who are engaged in certain activities. That eye water alone is quite a burden to carry. We must be careful what we're doing. We must be careful. And when we're digging a ditch, dig two. Yes, sir.
No, it's not about digging this. Mention something about eye water. You think those millions of dollars, if not billions a year gone, the general, I would call it, I wonder about eye water. What him more wonder about is when him take it and when get caught, when him go and deal with.
He or she. We have females involved as well.
Yeah, and I understand them say from August last year, them get tip off or go on and they don't do anything about it. They should have a separate penalty for that. When they give them information and don't act on it.
That perhaps could fall under negligence. But
what you have to come to help on them, about people life saving you play with.
But there's also the element of personal responsibility which you can't escape from, because man makes a conscious decision to say, this is my money, this is what I am going to do with my money, this is where I am going to take my money. So it's a relationship between a financial institution and its clients. The financial institutions are governed by certain standards, but the individuals An individual can go rogue at any time. That's why we keep repeating, man must be protected from himself. And you don't want a thing where it's like putting people in certain positions is like rubbing butter upon puss mouth, as my mother would say. And we obviously have to go deeper in our examination of individuals, in our questioning of in our interrogation of individuals when it comes on to taking up certain positions, especially in sensitive areas. In sensitive areas. People who are involved in monitoring and managing computers and systems, people who are dealing with money on a daily basis. After a while, some people just decide to go rogue because they begin to get, as my late mother would say, ready eye. You get ready eye now, and you want it too. And after, them not gonna miss it because them not have whole heap of money, so them not gonna miss it. That kind of mentality is there as well. So which is why we have to focus on the effective socialization of our children so they grow up to become men and women of integrity. We have to grow them in that kind of a way. We have to nurture them in that kind of a way. We have to socialize them. That is what is supposed to save us at some point. But that still doesn't prevent 1 or 2 or 10 or 20 out of those who have been sufficiently socialized from going rogue. Because all it takes is that one thing or that one person or that one situation, and man loses it just like that.
I don't know what to say, but because if you listen to some Jamaican and here and all over the world, they keep telling about, that's why I'm not going to put my money in a bank of Jamaica because this and that, because I pay Gina out there.
No, but there's nothing to be embarrassed about. And the fact of the matter is, this has happened and is still happening everywhere in the world. Fraudsters are everywhere. They're not just in Jamaica. Unfortunately, we've seen... I'm saying they're not just in Jamaica. The point I'm making is... Hold on, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock. The College of Agriculture, Science and Education case celebrates its 113th anniversary and hosts Founders Day activities Friday, January 27 to Sunday, January 29, under the theme Celebrating Your Legacy, Creating Visions of Excellence. Join the celebration on Saturday, January 28 on Power 106 FM, 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we bring you live coverage from Founders Day activities at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case, Paisley Gardens, Portland. This broadcast is brought to you by the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case. One college, many opportunities. That's case celebrating 113 years live 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, January 28th here on Power 106 FM.
Your health is key to your wealth. Suffering from muscle, joint, neck, back, and other pain? The Rehabilitation Institute of the Caribbean, in association with Winchester MRI, Immune Active Denk, and Almighty Studios present Rehabilitation Now, a 30-minute feature on physical medicine and rehabilitation for persons overcoming pain or dysfunction from injury or disease that affects muscles, tendons, nerves, and joints. Rehabilitation Now with rehabilitation physician Dr. Paula Dawson and host Alicia Taylor airs every Friday at 3:30 p.m. during Both Sides of a Story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106. Free your body from aches and pain with Rehabilitation Now, right here on Power 106 FM.
Yes, sir. Thanks for holding. We do have an interview coming up. Go ahead, please.
What you want in place? You mentioned earlier that something might run them head. I said, why? Enough money and then they might miss it. Where people think that way. But if you have measures in place to make he or she thinks, what if they miss it? What might happen? Then they will think twice. Because in the head, they must say, in the long run, them going to miss it. And when they miss it and then come after way, you're up on 40, 50. I don't even remember one company named Enron, a big investment company in New York. Sometimes,
Yes.
Those top manager, man, they put all 40 year prison. Man, in Jamaica, you mean to put on 5 year or 6 year, and man take millions and billions. Him go bear with the 5 year and when him come back and with him build him big house and him have him nice vehicle and drive. But what you want when him take that money and him knows him up to sit down one place for 40 years, him know that money now most likely when him come out, him can enjoy that money, him think twice.
Yeah, well, your position is quite clear. Over to the authorities.
I don't know about it, man. I can't talk to my talk.
Well, somebody has to act. And they'll tell you that action. They'll tell you that action is taking place, albeit in some instances, some question the speed or the rate at which certain findings were either picked up or disclosed.
If somebody tip you off from August last year said this thing will take place, why did it take so long to work? That we can't understand to know.
Well, they are the only ones who can tell you what did they know, when did they know it, and what did they do about it. Those answers to those questions would be quite useful. The accurate
all right, in closing,
answers. Yes.
In closing, those people who lost their money, for certain they're going to get it back.
That's the $1 million question or the $1 billion question. It remains. People have been trying to get that information over the last few days, still not forthcoming as to whether the money was insured, and if so, whether people will be getting back any, and if so, what proportion. Does this fall under the JDIC or not, or it's still just FSC, etc.? Some things need to be clear or need to be made clear.
Me last month so much money, I don't want to hear that me go and get back $1 million and then me don't know where the rest are. That to me a joke. I remember, and me take it, me leave it in your care, and it gone. So you're supposed to make me know how I'm going to get back my money.
And the clients will want to do that, and they will be free to take the particular institution to court. Although in certain circumstances, these institutions, when they go bust or when they appear to be going bust, I think there are laws. I'm not sure if it's similar in the US, but there are laws that would then kick in, which almost absolves, if not totally absolves, the institution of or provides some level of protection for the institution. Like in usually as it relates to bankruptcy, I think, but I would have to read into that further.
That's a key word here. But it provides some level of protection for the institution. What about protection for me?
Yeah, well, that information should have been made available to you when you signed the document to do business with that financial institution. One of the questions that should have been asked is, what happens if something terrible results in the loss of my money? Will I get my money back? That's a big question that should have been asked at the outset, so that at this stage you wouldn't need to be asking that question.
Okay, let's see it work out.
Indeed, we're sitting here watching like Dennis Brown.
Okay, one last thing before I go. What happened to Rascal? How long time I don't hear him on your program? Are you going to Africa?
Raskava Maliswe.
Oh, seems so.
Yes. But we're fine. I mean, we tell Raskava and everybody else we don't carry belly for people, but we have to do what we have to do. And
okay, so you don't carry belly for him. Him carry belly for you.
clearly, he must be more than 9 months pregnant now. Anyway, it's still good, Raskava. Good afternoon. Thank you for the call. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon. If somebody will lose their money and I listen to the radio and I say them can't get no update, and I hear play greedy dog losing bone. You think that they appropriate something happening right now?
Every single song that is played and the poetry that goes with it. Did you hear the poetry as well? Did you hear Did you hear the poetry as well?
Didn't call about the poetry, call about the song.
Right. So you have run with your interpretation. I'm sorry, I'm not in your mind.
I didn't give you an interpretation.
I'm not in your mind. I'm not in your mind. This, both the poem and the song, are for those who have been fleecing people out of their money. So if you have a problem with that, that's your problem. Absolutely. It's those who are greedy and can't have enough. No, humble yourself now and you shall be exalted. Humble yourself and you shall be exalted. Please don't embarrass yourself like that. You're a big man. No need to go embarrassing yourself. That's totally not necessary. So, it is what it is. He had to run. Let's go to another call. 876-922-4112-5. The Jamaican expression, craven, choke, puppy, is most appropriate for those who were busy eating and eating and eating and eating without permission, breaching all that the processes and so on, using the privilege of their position to bilk people out of their resources. I don't know where this fellow got. Why? What was he talking about a while? Why do people like to embarrass themselves? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. We don't normally spell out what we're talking about or necessarily with a view to pointing fingers. It's usually done in a sophisticated manner so that people will read between the lines and understand that there are some of us. That's why we keep saying man must be protected from himself. These are our people. These are Jamaicans, for the most part, as far as we're aware, who have found ways and means of helping themselves to other people's resources. And that is the issue right now. So I don't know where that poor man, I hope he's all right, because I don't know where he got this thing from, where he's put a spin on it that just isn't there. What's the matter with us? Come on, man. Do better than that. You think this is Dolly House we're playing here? This is approaching year number 31. It's been a while. We're not jokers in this business. We're approaching 31 years now. Hello. Come on, man. Do better than that. I'm very disappointed. You're one of our regular callers, aren't you? Very disappointed. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Afternoon, sir, Dervan.
Good afternoon.
I'm an idiot.
I am giving thanks for life. And you?
I'm here, man. I was in downtown today. Right at King Street at the top light, across from the parks or William Grand Park.
I'm looking at the area now in my mind's eye. Yes. What happened?
There was a shooting.
Oh no.
Right by Mothers, between Mothers, and there's a bar across the road from Mothers, right in that vicinity. However, there were 2 police units in the vicinity at the time. One was busy writing tickets. The other one was searching for taxi operators to give tickets. When the other one...
You're saying that tongue in cheek, right? Looking for taxi operators to give tickets.
That's what they were doing.
Oh. In your opinion?
Yeah, man. When him taking time, but I call up the road. And I called with him too, and there's several shots that rang out. From my pro box, I could see a point of dispersion. However, the officers stayed in the vehicle and looked. And at the end of it all, when the gentleman would have run away, then them turn up the lane. I don't know for what reason. That's where the gentleman went, but when them turn up lane, that was slip again. So I really don't know why them turn up the lane. If it is that they never had any interest in getting involved in the situation.
No, police are the police, and the police are trained to respond as the need arises, and better yet, to be proactive in their operations. So I can't imagine that the police would look the other way while
I don't watch what was taking place.
Yeah, well, this is.
I was sitting there. Were they watching too?
Well, they could very well argue that the environment was such that they didn't want to put themselves in a situation where they were endangering the lives of a significant number of people, because we know that downtown Kingston is usually very heavily populated in general at general times, regular hours. So it could very well be that, not wanting to pursue certain people.
It was about 30 seconds of shooting. And by that time, the era where the shooting was taking place, the crowd dispersed.
Oh. So nobody got shot.
No, right, nobody got shot.
At least not this time. Well, we give thanks for small mercies. We have to go to the break. Is that it for you?
Yeah, man.
All right. Thanks for sharing. The circumstances notwithstanding. All the best.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Pernell Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
I think it was the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the anniversary of whose birth was celebrated up to yesterday, who once said, "Nothing is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity." Just thought I'd get that in. Nothing is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Let's check ourselves, all of us. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We a couple of callers, and we have to make a link with Delta Wright of the Jaja Foundation as well. They're on standby, coming to you shortly. All right, let's go to the phone line. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
First time for the new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
To further what you were saying about, just mentioned, there's also a saying that where ignorance is bliss, it's a folly to be wise.
Apparently.
I didn't get what that person the person you was calling, speaking to. I didn't hear what he was saying. Whether or not he was agreeing with the theft or he was sympathizing with those who steal the money, I don't know what he was about.
Yeah, no, he interpreted the particular song selection as being words being thrown in the direction of those who have lost their money. And I'm saying, what kind of I would be what you would call a narcissist or something to that effect. Why on God's earth would I want to be doing that? So that is what he ran with. I'm not sure why.
Oh, because Sam mentioned about craving choke and
yes.
No.
So obviously, I mean, there are people who found themselves in privileged positions who enjoyed it so much that they overstepped their boundaries and started taking other people's money.
Yeah,
and they are the ones now who are going to be brought before the court to be dealt with. That's the choking now. Craven, choke, puppy.
Yeah, that is where I think the focus should be, because it is people who steal other people's money, who are in privileged position, and crave them because it is certainly not out of need why they steal. And that is why I think,
because those people in those positions are usually adequately compensated.
Right. And that's why I have a problem with our politicians and our justice system, because we call persons who steal hundreds of millions of dollars, we refer to it as petty crime. And the sentence,
I don't know about petty, maybe some of the words. So it's not theft or robbery, but it's fancy words like embezzlement.
Yeah, it should be seen as, when they commit those kind of crime, it should be described as grand theft, and they should change the legislation where penalties for that is concerned, because it is considered to be white collar crime, and usually persons who commit white collar crime are treated with kid gloves. They are given sentence that usually is just too ridiculous. Born and made up in America, who was involved in schemes that cost hundreds, if not thousands, of people to lose their money. He was given a sentence that was fitting the crime. He was given 140 years in prison.
Yes, right? I remember that.
He was 60 years old. And everything that they owned was confiscated. We need to treat people out here equally when they commit this kind of fraud and rob up, whether the state or public fund, anybody money. Every cent that they have and every property that they have should be confiscated and that sold and used to pay back the money that they steal. We can't allow these people to be getting away. When they rob people, they get a fancy lawyer, and some of them get scot-free, and they go before the judge, and they get some like a full sentence that when they're done and just go spend the good holiday time and come back and enjoy what they steal, them and them family. It should be then every cent that they have should be taken away from them.
Yeah,
And they should
on the Proceeds of Crime Act.
But we are not using that law. We are not using it against this crime. And they need to, because that is why we find more and more of these crimes are taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Because people see that there's no consequence. Right? A man commit ordinary person who might go, they might caught, say, stealing, robbery, where they came with aggravation because I might use a gun. And the sentence is usually much harsher because you might use a gun. But when a person uses a pen, or in this studio world, they use a computer, what they do is worse than the man who maybe use the gun, you know. Because what they steal is usually much more than what the man with the gun steals.
Mm-hmm.
Because I won't say what the man steals after the time with the gun is petty. But what these people steal, it can be considered to be petty when you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes, and
no
people...
man will nobody and rob nobody and I take no hundreds of millions of dollars. Usually maybe a few $1,000.
People's life savings and all of that.
Yeah, they must be made to pay it. The one who was involved in holding one of them scam, the fancy scheme out here. If he was not extradited to America, he wouldn't get no sentence. Because the one who was charged out here, I know, did that man get the sentence? I don't think so.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We're too obliging, we're too lenient with people who commit certain crimes in this country.
Yes.
And then we come down hard. Not that I don't support no kind of criminal, because I don't care whether you're poor or not. We grow poor and we never see fit to go rob and steal from anybody else in order to survive. We struggle until whatever we get. My parents always say satisfied with that you have.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We were told not to red eye people things, not grudge nobody, because you don't know how they come by what they have.
Exactly.
And sometimes, if you know how some of these people get what they have, your stomach would have sick. So that's why I grew up. I never envy nobody. And I raised up my kids and I said, look, don't go bad mind nobody. If you want to work anywhere, I want to rob from that company. Believe you me, if I'm me, fit bail, I'm not going to stay in a jail and rotten. I don't support no kind of thief. I don't support nobody who go on and rob other people money.
Yes.
Right? Whether I'm a son or my family or who, I don't support it. Because I say, none of them ever do it. My mother died at 90 years old and she never got jail for none of it.
Yeah.
Right? And God help, we follow those golden rules. Honesty, the best of policy.
That's right.
And whatever we have, we didn't get it through no illegal means. And I raise up my kids, and that's why I focus them on education and getting